On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Monday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So in yesterday morning's vlog, my peeps, I spoke about knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of one of our nation's most vulnerable. And when I say that in this present moment, I'm speaking about our children. Now on your screen is a 9-year-old who lost his life to the hands of a criminal element who took his life in a hail of bullets over there in the parish of Clarendon. This literally sparked nothing in Jamaica, as the entire Jamaica remained quiet as the lifeless body of this little boy, just 9 years old, lay lifeless on a block of ice inside of a morgue. Now he has since been identified as Shamar Walker. Now the police have released a statement stating that a criminal element identified as Brian Williams, said to be of a Windsor Avenue address in the parish of Clarendon, is the person of interest surrounding the knockings and clappings of the 9-year-old. Now for those who missed it, reports reaching On The Spot News Media is that sometime around 7:45 p.m. on January 28th, the now deceased little boy, Shamar Walker, was sitting in a yard. There's a shop in the yard that his mother owns and operates. So he was sitting in the yard with his mother along with other adults watching a movie. It is said that the criminal element, Brian Williams, came into the shop yard and sat with them for over 30 minutes watching the movie. And to their surprise, Brian Williams just got up, pulled a firearm from his waistband and fired in the crowd. Now Shamar saw what was happening and ran from the yard onto the street. He was chased by the criminal element and cornered up in the left side of his chest and left for dead in the streets. Now curious onlookers and residents who saw what was happening assisted the child and his mother, the female who get cornered up in the yard, to the hospital, where unfortunately Shamar passed and the woman was admitted in serious condition. The initial police report suggests that the female shop operator may have been the target of that attack. Now in yesterday morning's vlog, I kind of swayed somewhat from what the police is saying, stating that why would the criminal run after the child in the streets and took his life if the female, which is his mother, is the intended target? But no On The Spot News Media understands that when the female get cornered up, she laid there and pretended to be dead. Now it was afterwards, when the knockis and clappis were gone from the scene, she cried out for assistance, and that is when she was assisted to the hospital. So I guess when him cornered her up, he too thought that she was no longer among the land of the living and went after her son because the person who committed that vicious and brutal act is most definitely known by the persons in the yard. So he went after the other witness who saw him and took his life in the streets. Now one may be wondering, where is all this coming from? Now days prior to the knockings and clappings of which took the life of the innocent little 9-year-old Shamar, a man was mobbed after using a fake gun to rob 3 persons, same place on Church Street in Maypen, Clarendon. He was also charged and placed into custody by the police. The man in which I'm speaking of is a 33-year-old criminal element identified as Ronald Watson, otherwise called Ronaldo, said to be a labourer of Woodside district in the parish. The police have charged him with 3 counts of robbery with aggravation, unauthorized possession of prohibited weapon, and using a prohibited weapon to commit a felony. Now, Watson was already before the courts in relation to a similar type of robbery. He was, however, charged by the police on Wednesday. Now, the police report suggests that sometime around 11:45 p.m., the criminal element known as Ronaldo or Ronald Watson was brandishing a black object resembling a handgun and held up and robbed 3 persons along Church Street in Maypen. It is said that he robbed them of personal items to include 4 cellular phones and a total of $150 cash. You heard me right. 150 Jamaican dollars. It is alleged that one of the victims realized that the object was not a real firearm and raised an alarm. It is said that the victims then started to chase Watson and solicited the help of residents who were along the roadway. It is said that he was forced to stop by the residents who mobbed him. He was searched and the phones were found in his possession. Watson was later rescued by the police and taken into custody and interviewed. It is said that he was given a caution statement by the police in the presence of a justice of the peace when confessing to the crime. He will be placed before the court soon. Now, Watson, or Ronaldo as he's known, was being groomed by hardened criminals to get into that lifestyle. So he started to rob basically with him like a fake gun because he was not yet trusted to be given a gun fully. So he was basically going around doing all of that. Now that robbery took place and it is said that the mother of the now deceased 9-year-old child Shamar gave the police a witness statement to the fact that Watson was the person that carried out that robbery. So now his criminal friends and family decided to place a hit on their heads and sent that criminal element who is known by them to carry out that hit. Hence the reason why Shamar is laying right now on a block of ice in a morgue. But you know the sad thing with all of this, my peeps, Clarendon is quiet. Church Street is quiet. The political representatives are quiet. We not see no roadblock, we not see no protest, nothing at all. So Shamar has lost his life innocently, and sad to say, nobody cares. Yeah, man. But anyway, make we move on. Now, also in yesterday morning's vlog, I spoke briefly about the knockings and clappings that took place over there in the community of Nannyville, where 2 men end up lose them 3 points in the ongoing gang war between top and bottom Nannyville. Yeah, man. Now, the first man will end up losing 3 points has since been identified as this man presently on your screen, 25-year-old Raheem Bantan. The second man lost his life in a reprisal attack approximately 4 hours after Raheem lost his life. This man presently on your screen identified as Kimani Reese, but more popularly known in the streets as Itamar, said to be about 45 years old. Now there's a lot of conflicting stories surrounding his knockings and clappings. Now we could get deep into that story. As we all know, there's an ongoing gang war between the Don from Bottom, Nannyville, that is Aisha, or Budups as them call him, and also the Don for the top part of Nannyville, known as Delmar. Now Aisha, as you all know it, they are Farin, so he's among you, the diaspora. And it is said that it is alleged saying put out a hit on another tap knockers and clappers known as Drama. Now that caused the flare up for start. Now Aisha is a man where have a whole heap of powers in the place, so to speak. Whole heap of strap him sending and a whole heap of the little youth and youth them have them thing there stash off and lock. Now, from what we get to understand, this thing here where them 2 people end up lose them 3 points, I got trigger off a hell and powder house type of situation, because neither of the sides is going to take this sitting down. Now, the youth will end up losing 3 points first, Raheem. It is said that Raheem involved in everything we are going. Him really involved in the knockings and clappings we are going in a Nannyville. But the next man will end up lose Fim 3 points about 4 hours after Raheem lose Fim 1 in a reprisal knockings and clappings known as Ayata, who is presently on your screen. Most people on the ground is saying that he's innocent. Him not really have nothing to do with what go on. But it is also said from other persons that he is heavily involved in what is happening, as he was a top knockers and clappers for Drama. It is said that he was one of Drama's one-time soldiers. So one set of people are saying innocent. Him not involved in a war go on. He's related to people who involved in a war go on, but him himself is not. But another set of people are pine fingers upon him and say he was one of Drama's soldiers. So basically a whole lot of he say, she say type of thing are go on right there. So fingers are pint from top to bottom, and fingers are pint from bottom to top. So this thing here definitely not go end well, especially for the regular members of Chan Public. So persons living in and around the Nannyville space, please be cognizant of the fact that, listen me, the war is on. Yeah, man. Now over there in the St. Anne's Police Division, an incident took place on Thursday of last week where a female life was taken in one of the most horrific way possible. It happened in the community of Charlestown in St. Anne's Bay. The female is presently on your screen. She's no longer among the land of the living. Now the male who took her life is said to be that of her boyfriend and is now presently on the run. The female has since been identified as Kamika Haley, a former worker at the St. Anne's Bay Hospital. The boyfriend, who is presently on the run, has since been identified by his alias as Kevin. Now it is said that the couple had a verbal altercation turn physical when, as we as Jamaicans would say, him use him hand and strangle her, leaving her lifeless, no longer among the land of the living. It is said that her body was discovered by residents and family members yesterday, who alerted the police, and the body was retrieved. Now it is said that he's on the run and no one knows where he is for sure. But it is said that he is definitely wanted by the Sentence Bay police for questioning. So anyone knowing the whereabouts of Kevin, advise him to turn himself in to the police, as the Sentence police would like to question him in relation to the loss of life of the female. Yeah, man. And still in the parish of St. Anne, this young man presently on your screen, who has since been identified as 31-year-old Craig Campbell, said to be of a Boroughbridge address in St. Anne, went missing on Wednesday, January 24th of 2024. Now he went missing, families and friends got scared and was worrying that the worst may have happened. Now the St. Anne police have discovered his decomposed body. He's said to be a food vendor. He was found in bushes in the said Boroughbridge community of Cave Valley in the parish on Friday. Now the police reports indicates that sometime around 10:57 a.m. residents stumbled upon Craig Campbell's body and summoned them. It is said that on their arrival, the lawmen saw Campbell's body in the bushes with what appears to be some corn-up wounds to the back of the head. The police are stating that investigations are ongoing. Now, the thing is, my peeps, people wonder what could have really gone, because they have ruled out robbery as the motive, as his partially decomposed body was found laying face down on the ground, clad in black apparel, with a black knapsack on his back with valuables inside. It is said that cell phones and a laptop was in the backpack, and also it is said that some cash was in his pocket. Now, family and friends are stating that he was not a criminal element, nor was he a part of any criminal gang or involved in any criminal activities. Family members and friends are also offering a reward to anyone that can assist in solving his knockings and clappings case. So anyone having any information surrounding the brutal slaying of Craig Campbell, please to get in contact with the Sentence police or contact the nearest police station. And as always, if you not trust the police, link on the Spot News Media or any like-minded vlogger. Share the information and we will most definitely pass it on to the relevant authorities who can make effective change. Yeah, man. So anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.